How was dinner? Great, I'm glad to hear it. We'll have to see if I can actually successfully stream this evening. I got a toddler who keeps kicking his door and doesn't want to go to sleep. I also am a little bit stuffed up, and so my ears aren't draining. I put some hydrogen peroxide in my ear, and when I dumped it out, got super lightheaded and dizzy. So that's fun. Just got shiny Espeon and now hunting Umbreon. Very nice. Shiny Umbreon's pretty great. Devin, hello! Shiny Espeon is one of the ugliest shinies? Yes. This is true. And Umbreon is in fact one of the best. Still chomping through some of my Christmas candy. You can only shiny hunt for Umbreon when it's night, but the time keeps changing. That's unfortunate. Where are you hunting for it at? Is this in Scarlet and Violet? Violet, and I got you. Devin, you have a great night, man. Or a terrible one. Either way. me, after doing these long hunts for the last forever, it is going to be so nice when I finally actually swap over to hunting in Scarlet and Violet officially. Like, those are going to go so fast for me. Okay, but I do just gotta say, Route 111 or the desert area in Ruby and Sapphire had no business going this hard for the soundtrack. Chat's going slow tonight, JJ. How you doing? Did delete some messages of somebody going on about PETA or some crap. Wait a second. Wait a second. That tripped me out. We're gonna really look at those ones. Slow, just like the chat. That's fair. Oh my gosh, game. I just need to check the Pokemon that I just got. Just to double make sure. NVIDIA just announced a crazy sounding AI computer. That's pretty sweet, kind of. As long as it doesn't doom us all. Spoke to the Wifey coin, and seems like I'll be able to take a class or two per semester. Here pretty soon. We had a discussion about that last night. And we're just hoping that it doesn't eat too much into my free time. So, can get some school done, but very slow going with it, which is fine. I kind of have to go slow to get work to pay for it. Better to do it now than in a year? Is that just now is better than later, or is there something in a year? Now is better than later because in a year you'll be a year ahead of work. Okay, yeah, I was hoping that's where he was going with that. I'm like, what's going on in a year that I don't know about? Would have been better to start like a decade ago, but you know, here we are. I guess technically I did start a decade ago. Yeah. It's like, I did start a decade ago, just taking a decade and a half to do. To get on with the program, I guess. Yeah, part of that came because Bossman said we want to try to have our contact center go from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Which means there's an opportunity for me to stay until 7 p.m. and come in at 10 a.m. so that opens up the morning that I could go to school for a morning class or two. Probably not wrong. A little bit more writing on it now. It sounds awful, but I don't think I'm going to have to do much the last 2 hours of my shift, so the idea is that I will be doing my homework while supervising the last 2 hours. Because even if there are calls, my job is to supervise, not to take the calls for them. Because I definitely can't do a class afterwards. Can take a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule class, and if I did it to where I do all 4 semesters, I could constantly have at least one class I'm taking and finish in a pretty decent amount of time. Hey, Shiny Gamer, welcome. Not here for a long time, just here for a good time because you got school tomorrow. Perfect. Makes sense. I also have work tomorrow, so I'm not here for a long time either, but until the wife gets home anyways. I am going to look into what classes are available online as well. Yeah, make sure the class is late enough I won't sleep through it. Honestly, at this point, I think it's pretty hard for me to sleep through. As long as I have the class at like 8, I'll be okay. 8 to 9, and then get on with it. Because the kiddos don't let me sleep past like 7 most of the time anyways. But today was a fluke. Coppercoin slept until like 10 in the morning. Like, he slept long enough that I went and checked on him. Like, dude, you alright? Like, what's going on? Showing up is like 80% of it. Yeah. If you can commit to attending class, you will pass more often than not. Dude, it was so wonderful. Like, yeah, most of my day was gone, but like getting to sleep in was so nice. Normally he's up like at 7. 7:30 when I'm walking out the door, he's waking up. Maybe 8:30 on a good day. But yeah, today he slept till 10. We're like, dude, are you okay? What's going on? We came to wake you up. What may have happened is he may have woke up at some point through the night and played. Which meant he was tired and slept for longer because he stayed up too late. And right now he's crying, not wanting to go to sleep, so. Yeah, he's at his door crying. But like, he doesn't need or want anything. Aside from, you know, not to be going to bed. Yeah, basically. Eventually, he will go crawl in his bed and fall asleep. Like, if he does it for a half hour, I'll go in and check on him. Be like, okay, what do we need, dude? And we are coming up on a half hour that he's been doing it. So I will have to go check on him and put him back in bed and redirect and all that, but if he doesn't need anything, he's fine. He just doesn't want to go to sleep. Like, I fed him dinner earlier, and like, he had 3 more bites that he wouldn't eat. And so I said, okay, if you're not gonna finish eating, it's bedtime. And so I gave him a sippy full of milk and laid him down. He drank it, I gave him another one. Last time I went in there, he was talking about wanting mac and cheese. And I'm like, we're not having mac and cheese, you had dinner. You told me you were full, so you're not getting any more dinner. We're not playing around with this. I want to get up in the middle of the night and eat. Like, I want to use eating as an excuse to not to go to bed. Yeah. Crying to stay awake. And that, and he just doesn't feel super great. So, like, that's probably another aspect. Might have to give him some Tylenol or something. Our whole family got hit with the plague around Christmas. Like, the day after Christmas, everybody started getting sick. Josie wakes you up at 5 a.m.-ish. I could never. Like, I get so irritated when I have to wake up between 4 and 5. Okay. It's been about a half hour. I'm gonna go get him back in bed real fast, and I'll be right back. And yes, JJ, kids do get sick way more than you would expect them to. Nobody tells you that before you have kids. And then you go to the doctor with them, and they're like, oh yeah, it's completely normal. Kids should get sick about 5 times a year to be healthy. And you're like, excuse me? Like, oh yeah, you know, it's just their immune system figuring out what to do. If they're being normal, they should get sick about 5 times a year. It's like, well, there's about $150 per kid in co-pays each year. Yeah, and animals can be kind of insistent. When we forget to feed our cat, they are definitely insistent about letting us know that nobody's sleeping until we get food. So, the reason why my kid was at his door screaming and crying is he was disgruntled that he had filled his diaper and pulled it off and no longer had a diaper on. Or pull up or whatever. So, he was just wandering around and there are no pants. He was pretty pissed off about it. You understand it's not the soda now? Yeah, we were complaining about my brother's kids go to daycare and then go to my mom's house. And so they'll get sick at daycare, take to my mom's house, and then there's days where my mom has his kids and my kids, and so they'll get my kids sick. And come to find out, that's a good thing. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, he is in the middle of potty training. He didn't have any successful trips today, but he did yesterday. I'm kind of upset he didn't have any successful trips today. But we've been working on that with him for about 3 months, I want to say. Hasn't quite got it yet. He'll definitely alert us after he's done it. Sometimes we get lucky and he'll do it before he needs to go. But usually it's still on us to have a timer and be like, okay dude, let's go get on the potty, let's see if you need to go. Thinks he gets a potty treat for sitting on the potty instead of actually going potty. helps that his older cousin is also getting potty trained, so it was just super easy to be like, okay, you're all doing it, form a line. Dobermans are famous for being stubborn. You know, somehow I don't doubt that. Gave him a new butt, and he's laying down in bed just fine. Oh yeah, we also call diapers butts. So when I need a diaper change, it's, oh man, you need a new butt. That one smells bad. And they'll help. It's like, hey, go get yourself a new butt. Go get a new butt. There are breeds that aren't for the weak-willed. Yeah, I can imagine Dobermans being a larger breed dog are similar to having to break like a horse. Have a good night, good day. Have fun with Shul. I'll be joining shortly, I'm sure. The amount of people that get huskies living in an apartment complex bothers me. Should be a crime. Only because very few people can handle that. Like, because that dog always wants to be outside. And if you live in an apartment complex, it's a lot harder to manage that. You give them the outside time that they need and the ability to run off that energy. Oh my gosh. You coop up a husky in an apartment. There come problems. They will try to destroy everything. Although, I'm sure the husky that your brother has, Mimi, I'm sure that dog doesn't want to be outside because it's cooler inside than it is outside most of the time in Florida. Oh, that's terrible. Poor Dalmatians. Chat has been really quiet today, for the most part. Says there's like 9 people hanging out. Oh yeah, that is a huge example of why people should do research. You gotta know what the dog you're gonna get is gonna be like. Skygams, hello! Welcome. How do you do? Hear my baby in the other room coughing. I'll have to go check on Littles here in a minute. Not much. Just trying to find this shiny type Null so we can move on with other planned Pokemon events. Me and Tenny from my Discord server want to shiny hunt a Celebi in Pokemon Crystal, but I need to finish this first. And then a rotation of Gen 1, actually. Both my kiddos are sick, so little one is crashed out in my bed, Baby Coin is. He's on some antibiotics for an ear infection. And then Copper Coin had what Baby Coin has, just less severe. And so he's basically over that, but they're both in bed, crashed out. Yeah, we hope they feel better too. We had to take them, well, had to take Baby Coin to the doctor yesterday just because he kind of developed a really gross sounding wet cough. Got it checked out, he's all good to go. Just give him some antibiotics to push out the ear crud and prevent any lung crud from setting in, so they're doing alright. No, but Thursday night, Copper Coin decided that sleep was 100% optional. That sucked. I wasn't able to go to work Friday because this kid did one 20-minute power nap the entire night and just kept my wife and I up the entire night. So we were both dizzy, disoriented, and wanting to throw up in the morning come Friday morning. I'm doing this on 2 3DSs, and one of them has I think it's called an ISP or IPS screen, and one of them does not. And so I always see the difference in them and think that one of them is shiny, and it trips me up so bad. I don't know who I was talking to the other day, but I did finally start watching Dan to Dan, that first episode was hard to get through, but like, it's a pretty funny show. I enjoy the humor. It's I haven't paid attention to who's making the show, but it's giving me mad Trigger vibes. And if you don't know who Trigger is, they're the geniuses between Kill la Kill. And that's a fantastic show. And this show seems just like right up Kill la Kill's alley.
Austin, welcome. How you doing tonight? I'm trying my hardest not to fall asleep midstream. I don't know, like, there's no reason why I should be that tired. I literally woke up like 11 hours ago. Yep, doing well. Outside of being sleepy, doing pretty well. That's okay. Being sleepy is a little normal. I live on being sleepy. After my last Pokemon stream earlier today, I took apart my Indigo GameCube since I got it online, gave it a good scrub down, put it all back together, powered it on. Somehow I managed to assemble it with 2 less screws than Nintendo did. I don't know how that happened. Actually, I have a pretty darn good idea of where those screws actually go, but also know that they're not important because I know where they go. It just holds down a metal plate to the plastic bottom that doesn't really need to be held down because it's got something else sitting on top of it holding it down. But I also hooked up my Indigo GameCube screen to it, so that's really freaking sweet. If I do ever get to the point where I am shiny hunting on Pokemon Coliseum for those shadow Pokemon, I will be able to do it without a TV. Just plugging in the console, I will have a portable screen with me at all times. Boom. Comes with its own TV. So excited by that. I still need to get the Indigo Game Boy player to put on the bottom. But, yeah, that brings me great joy. Okay, I'm gonna run and check on Baby Coin real fast. Alright. Bitcoin doing perfectly fine. But because can.
this theme song. Anyways. As far as, like, possessions go, it's one of my prized ones, I guess. As a kid, I wanted one of these so dang bad so I could play GameCube wherever I was. It's the best. And I got my Indigo Game Boy Advance that I can hook up to it through the link cable. Got my... I'm going to order an Indigo Game Boy Advance player to put on the bottom of it. And yes, Baba Ooey, trying to get every shiny legend out there. We're pretty close, too. As far as 3DS on down, this is the last shiny that I need from Gen 7 through Gen 1. I think. At least it's shiny unlocked. I think I technically need QRAM, but I should amend this to, this is the last shiny that I need that you can only get prior to Gen 8. So the rest of the Pokemon that I need for my collection will be obtainable all on the Switch after this one. Because shiny Celebi is not a requirement, it's just something fun I'm going to do with Tenny. Because I've never hunted a shiny Celebi, and I've hunted a Mew, I've hunted a Jirachi, I've hunted a Shaman, and a Manaphy. I feel like I can't leave Celebi out, even though I already have one due to giveaways. Now that we can actually hunt one, I feel like I owe it to Celebi to do so. You're still hanging out? How you doing, Baba Ooey? You're not crazy enough to shiny hunt the mythicals? It does take a little bit of finagling and finessing these days. Like, you do have to use a lot of luck, a lot of computer. But it's still doable. Oh my gosh! I can pay my power bill now.
I'm gonna have so much extra money. This is wonderful. I forgot. Like, I forgot I was waiting for that to drop through so I could pay it. That's gonna make my night, actually. Because after I pay that, I get to figure out how much extra cash I have. That is like the most adult thing that you're probably going to hear all day today. I budget like $260 for my power bill just in case. Because in the summertime, it costs like $260. But in the wintertime, it's down like $100. So I still budget for that. Anything extra is, well, extra. Mythicals aren't bad. So to shiny hunt Mew, you need a Game Boy Advance cartridge and a modified DS Lite, or a DS Lite with a R4 card. And you extract a save file, you put the save file in the computer, you give yourself the items for the Mew, you give yourself the items for the Deoxys, you give yourself the items for Ho-Oh and Lugia, you give yourself the items for Latios or Latias, and then you just go for it. Preferably on a Japanese copy of Emerald for the Mew, but pretty easily doable. For Celebi, you just have to play through the 3DS version of Crystal. And then for Shaman and Manaphy, well, for Shaman, you just have to put your Diamond Pearl Platinum copy in a modified 3DS, extract the save file, put it in the computer, give yourself the item to encounter those Pokemon, and then inject the save file back into the game and go for it. For Manaphy, you have to do a little bit more than that with the Pokemon Ranger copy, but somebody was telling me that they recently bought a copy of Pokemon Ranger and are waiting to see if it has the Manaphy egg. If it doesn't, I can put the Manaphy egg on it for them and make it so they don't have to play the game to get to it. Eventually, I will be doing another Manaphy hunt. No. Manaphy is truly shiny locked in BDSP. You cannot, that Manaphy can never be shiny. Shaman, you can do in BDSP with the modified switch. Arguably, that would be easier than Diamond Pearl Platinum. And that's where I got my Shaman, is BDSP. But yeah, for Manaphy, it has to be the DS version because they didn't have the error fixed. Arceus hunt would go crazy. I do have to hunt Arceus. The Great Arceus will be hunted on BDSP. I'm actually standing before I'm standing in front of Giratina on 4 save files, and then after I find Giratina, I can hunt Arceus. And then I'll have to do the Lake Trio. I'm not looking forward to Mespirit. But I have some stuff that I'm trying to work through first. Mainly this, a collab with Tenny, because I need to do that with them sometime soon. You got a shiny Pidgey before you got Pokeballs and 3DS Crystal. Very sad day. You had one of the worst encounter shinies ever. That's like the notorious Starly shiny in BDSP or Diamond Pearl Platinum when you're shiny hunting the starters. Getting that shiny Pokemon first. The saddest part about getting the shiny Starly in BDSP or the shiny Poochyena or Zigzagoon in 3rd gen is that it means that you literally missed the shiny frame by like 2. Like, more than 2, but you know, less than 20 frames. So like, had you been a fraction of a second earlier or later, mostly later, or yeah, mostly earlier, your starter would have been shiny versus the computer. It's the worst. With a series of glitches and BDSP, the Starly is catchable at the start. I believe it. You're tempted to do the uncatchable, catchable Starly hunt. That would be really cool. You should do it, record it, and upload it. I support that. I'll be glad when this shiny hunt's over so that I can move on to my other ones where I can hunt 4 times as fast. Don't mind me, I'm just shiny hunting and paying bills at the same time. Good. Now why don't I just pop on over here and get my gas bill paid, huh? You don't know how you have achieved 16 hours of the Henry Stickmin collection? I don't even know what that means. You're resurrecting your dead Pokemon on your Black Nuzlocke so you can just play the game. There you go. Okay, so this means that I have 118.92. Doesn't have an assignment anymore. It's glorious news. So is anybody actually viewing on Twitch, or is this a bot? Because, like, this poor bot is getting, like, commercial after commercial because it can. Hey, Baba Ooey, thanks for stopping by. You have a great night, and I do too. Hope I get the shiny as well.
I swear the YouTube viewer count's skewed. It still just is chill and saying 9 viewers, and I really don't think that's accurate. Yeah, there's actually only 4 of you guys there.
Aaron, welcome. I have not really. I do have Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. I played that a little bit. I wouldn't say I played competitively, but I did do Nuketown for some online. I don't currently have Xbox Online. Actually, I might still have some that is yet to run out. Yeah, can't say that I've actually put much time into it. If we're talking like Fortnite, no. Never touched it. Only seen it played. Detest it. Won't touch it. You still have an Xbox in a box in the closet? Is it a Series X or what? I think you need that one to play the current games. It's like, I'm definitely not opposed. You're welcome to shoot me a friend request on the Xbox Live. You played the first 5 seasons of Fortnite when it came out. I can't appreciate Fortnite. It's not my thing. Blow Rocket, oh my gosh! Blow Rocket! Dude, it's been like 3 years. I feel like. Wow. My Xbox gamer tag is literally brass coin with an X in front of it and an X after it. You can see my gamer tag on Brass Coin Plays as a last stream when I was first starting it, just trying to sign into Xbox Live and stuff. You can see that. I think it technically also has my email address and phone number shown there, so I probably need to delete that. Shoot, Blow Rocket, it's been so long, I don't remember when you first popped into my streams. What was I shiny hunting when you first popped in on Twitch? Because, like, you were there, Hugo was there, Jose was there. Have not heard from Jose in a very long time. Don't know if you want to set up the Xbox. Sounds like a lot of work. You had thought it and just played Halo Infinite for a week, and that's it. Oh. Xbox Series S. Okay, okay. Yeah. So when the Xbox Series X came out, I did buy it. I did buy Halo Infinite, but due to not playing it, I turned around and sold my Xbox for more than I bought it for. Unintentionally. I got it on a Black Friday deal, and then when I went to sell it, I sold it for what it was selling for. And so, like, it was used, and I said, hey, here's 2 games with it. I'm selling it for $800. I ended up paying, like, because of the deal I got with in-store credit and, you know, like, gift cards and stuff, I ended up paying about $400 and turned around and sold my Xbox for $800 with those 2 games. So I made a little bit of cash on it on accident. But now I bought another Xbox Series X, so I still have one. You forget something in Sword, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that probably would have been the Reggies at that point. Which means you were here at the beginning. When I had like 200 subscribers here. in, Blow Rocket. Tired? Fair. Also, if I remember right, you were trying to do a YouTube channel yourself, right? Something to do with you had a brother. Yeah, okay. How'd that end up turning out? Just gaming right now. Just need time to post. That makes sense. Yeah, it takes up a lot of time. That's for sure. Also, I love that fire pooper emote. That's awesome. We just ticked up to 10 people watching on YouTube. Just need time to post from a streamer you sub to? I'm not sure what that means exactly. Is that like a reaction to something I said? Oh, the emote. Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. I love a good pooper emote. Oh hey, I hit the like goal. I should probably put a new one up. You're gonna go play Rust? Well, thanks for popping in, Blow Rocket, and making me go on a Retro Tuesday. I probably have about 30 more minutes of streaming. Whether the wife gets home or Baby Coin wakes up before that, that's the time limit, I think. Speaking of, I need to go turn the food on the warmer again.
you're still there, you said you have an Xbox that's not set up, so does that mean you primarily play PlayStation? Do you do PC gaming? Or what's the story there? I think you said you do crypto, so I'm going to guess you do PC gaming. My chin is ridiculously itchy right now.
doing? Oh, it also looks like I gained a sub today. That's pretty cool. 23 2. I'm doing pretty great. Return to shiny hunting, I think that's a win. Having a good time doing it too. Be having a better time if we found it, but you know how shiny hunting do be. The bright side is I'm over half odds for the next encounter. So, for the next shiny, means theoretically I should find one soon, right? Downside is I'm still technically under odds for the first shiny, so this is kind of an arbitrary thing that might mean nothing. But what would be cool is if I found both of the shinies under odds for the first one. Which I still have just under 700 encounters to do. No, 754 encounters. If I can get it in 754 encounters, I will get both with one encounter for the shiny rates, the shiny odds, which would be cool.
You got some. You got a girlfriend? Very nice. Congrats, man. That's epic news. I guessin'. Man, I didn't have a girlfriend until I was like 23. '23, 24-ish. And now we have kids, so never really thought you had a chance at one, though. I mean, that's fair. Now, me and Wifey Coin almost didn't happen, but we made it work. Wes, hey, how's it? It's going so good. How you doing again? I feel like you popped in on my other stream earlier. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mixing you up with Sharklord, because I'm pretty sure Sharklord was as well. Okay, yeah, then it was definitely Sharklord. We're cooking now. Like we're getting some encounters going for this second Savali, so I'm pretty excited about that. Just arrived home. Epic. And then I think tomorrow night, I'm gonna try to stream some coding again. Oh yeah, Goo, I already got one. I got one off stream, actually. Over on Brass Coin Plays, I'm gonna do a a coding stream. I also need to do a stream on Hyrule Monkey. I
did a poll to see which Zelda game I should play, and they said I should play the Zelda games in order. So I need to get some thumbnails made up for The Legend of Zelda on the NES. Now, the question is, if I stream The Legend of Zelda on the NES, should I stream it on the NES? Because I'm pretty sure I can make that happen. Like, actually do the cartridge version of the game. Not like the, I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch as a extra deal. Like, I am actually playing this on the NES. A code about what? I don't have any particular things that I need to code. I mean, I'm working through my schoolwork book for the C++ I took. I also have a Python course that I've been trying to do through Coursera. So I could finish that. I wouldn't mind streaming how that Coursera course is going. Although that one I would probably have to do through my laptop. What's your suggestion, Wiss? Do you have an assignment that you need to do? Is it to make a working calendar? You were just thinking about this the other day? Well, I'm still waiting to hear the suggestion. Any updates on the games I might play with viewers? Splatoon and Smash Bros are definitely on the list. How about a code that puts on screen the name of all the viewers that comment? Do you think that could be possible? Because you don't? Okay. The answer to that is absolutely yes, it is. The way to do it is not something that I have the ability to figure out at this point in time. It involves two things. I know how the code would work. I'm just not quite sure how to do it. But what it would involve is a YouTube API application. And I think, I forget what API stands for, but it would be easier to do Twitch comments for sure, because Twitch API bots work a little bit easier than YouTube bots. But it's two parts. One, you have the YouTube API integrating with your chat as a chat bot. It reads the chats just like it would to filter out chats and to pick a chat, and then it writes them to a file. And then that file would include the name. This program would pick out the name and spit it out on screen. Like, yeah, it would be easy. Like, it would be easy to do, but it would be doable fairly easily. I don't know if that makes it much sense, but it's not easy for me because I don't have the know-how with the API bots, but I do know how to read names through a program to pick out the letters and spit them back out. I really don't plan to play games with viewers in the near future, Goo, and that's not because I don't want to. It's just there's a number of other tasks that I have going on that I'm trying to prioritize, I guess. That isn't to say it's not going to happen or can't happen. It's just it's not very high up there at the moment with all the shiny hunts and Let's Plays that I'm trying to burn through. When I do games with viewers, what I like to see happen is that it's a planned out event and that there's actually a good number of people I know are going to be there beforehand. That's what I would like to have happen prior to doing anything like that, is so that it's not just, hey, I'm here to play Smash Bros with viewers and then nobody shows up, because that sucks. I've had a few instances where I've done that and it's just like, okay, well, nothing happened. Or Mario Kart. Should be able to join if it's later on in the day. So, I mean, if I can get a good 10 people that, like, I know they'll be available on a given date, I think that would be something we could get planned. That Among Us was really fun. Among Us was a planned one, though. I didn't just randomly do it one day. Like, I did reach out to a few buddies through Discord and say, hey, I'm going to be playing this, so that there'd at least be 4 of us that were playing. I like to utilize Discord for that kind of a thing. Ooh, we're gonna hit 2400 today. That is a 500 encounter increase just today. I love it so much. If we could have more days like that, we'd find this shiny in no time. Never participating in any games that requires a conversation like Among Us. That's fair, Wes. I can understand that. When we played Among Us, you were so nervous. Was that with a language barrier reasoning or what? Or was that just because voice on a microphone on the internet? I really should just make like one night a month be games with viewers. I have Mario Party. I haven't played Mario Party yet. Your voice is already in a couple of random streams. Let's bring Mario Kart 8 back. need to finish unlocking the gold Mario Kart. Collecting them coins. Make Mario Kart 8 again? Allegedly, Mario Kart 9 is in the works for the Switch too. Only missing the golden glider? I'm not sure how that happens. I think I have the golden glider, but not the car. I'm missing one of the golden items, I know that for sure, but I have the glider. Pretty sure. Oh yeah. Then I probably have the golden glider and missing the wheels, because I know I need to finish like every track with 3 stars and a gold trophy. You have nothing anymore, Goo? That is so terrible. I think I'm working on like 150cc right now. How are what things called? I guess that doesn't help. These time challenges? Oh yeah, the ghost trials? Yeah, those ghost trials. Complete all of them in order to get the wheels. That makes sense. And what was the car? Was the car the one where you have to complete all the racetracks with 3 gold stars? Something related to that. I'm actually getting really excited for a Zelda playthrough, like a regular, plain old, just Zelda. Because that game has so many hidden things in it. Because if I'm playing in chronological order, or from the order that they released, then Zelda 2 is like second in line, and I'm thrilled about that. Oh, 3 stars on all tracks get you gold in Mario. Okay, that's what it was. Zelda 2 is just a different beast. Hey, kitty. You don't find The Legend of Zelda like something from your interests? Yeah. Don't worry, it won't be on this channel. It'll be on Hyrule Monkey. They're a good puzzle dungeon crawler game. I love them. I love the lore behind them. Squelks! Manifesting it this reset? Welcome, Squelks. I just noticed that chat pop up. I guess I actually noticed it pretty quickly because it was just after that last message. Love it. How are you doing tonight, Squelks? Let's see about what with the manifesting the reset. You gotta believe. You're horrifically over odds on SOS Snow Run, so all that bad luck means something good has to appear somewhere else. That was very recently me with a long Poipole hunt. So SOS means that it was being hunted in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I think that's where that mechanic exists. If you ever get a chance to get another Switch game, hopefully it'll be Tears of the Kingdom. Trying to give Zelda a second chance, eh, Wes? It's more fun to play than it is to watch, I'll give it that. Yeah, Squelks, this is actually my last shiny hunt I have to do on the 3DS era. I'm going to be doing a bonus one for Crystal Celebi, but other than that, I have every shiny that you can only obtain prior to Gen 7, so this will be the last. Yeah, I'm doing a shiny Living Dex, but everything else I'm missing can be done easily on the Nintendo Switch. So I went through, I did a Manaphy hunt, I did a Jirachi hunt, that was a nightmare. I did a Mew hunt on a Japanese copy of Emerald. Yeah, those ones were so brutal. So terrible. Yeah, Manaphy hunt with Pokemon Ranger. Yeah, that one. The very same one. So, yeah. I have a whole video of it on my YouTube channel about the method I used to get this shiny Manaphy, but hear me out and then tell me what you think, because my argument is it's completely legit and valid, alright? So, I got a copy of Pokemon Ranger. It had the Manaphy egg still. So what I did was I used my modded 3DS. I created a save state of the game where that flag that says, hey, this Manaphy's been given away, don't give another one. I set that flag and saved it so that flag was not used. So what that does is Pokemon Ranger is able to generate infinite number of Manaphy eggs, okay? The game's programming will allow it to generate an infinite number of Manaphy eggs. However, what happens is the game's programming says after it gives away a Manaphy egg, it checks a flag that says Manaphy egg has been given, don't generate any more. So since I have that save state, once I give an egg to Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, I just have to go back in, re-inject that save state into the game, and then that removes the flag and generates an entirely new Manaphy egg because it's dependent on the game that I'm sending the Manaphy to. So I did that 4 times to simulate 4 different copies of Pokemon Ranger having that Manaphy egg. And then I got 8 copies of Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. So what I would do was I would reset all the games but one, save the eggs on my Japanese Heart Gold game, and then I would reset all the games, play through to the point where I could trade those 4 eggs to each one of those cartridges, hatch them all, see if it was shiny, trade it back to the Japanese copy of the game, reset the games, rinse and repeat. Yeah, trading between the game shenanigans, absolutely. Pokemon Home does not allow eggs, but that doesn't matter. Because you're hatching it. The way Manaphy works is you have to get the egg from Pokemon Ranger on copy A. You can then trade it to copy B, and it registers that it has copy A, or, sorry, when Manaphy comes from Ranger to copy A of Pokemon Platinum or whatever, it says, if this egg is hatched on this game, this trainer ID and secret ID cannot yield a shiny Manaphy. This Manaphy will not be shiny with this information. What they didn't anticipate is people trading it to copy B for a friend and hatching it there. So if you hatch it under a new trainer ID or secret ID, it's not locked for that combination. So that's how people get it shiny. And I manipulated a save file of Pokemon Ranger to get that to happen. Eventually found the shiny Manaphy. If I have to go through all that, it's legitimate enough. Yeah. For me, what gets it for me is I did not alter any game code to do this. I
used the legitimate mechanics of the game and just removed the flag from the game that said, hey, this Manaphy egg's been given. There is no more Manaphy egg, when in fact there are. So I just removed that. What I'm doing now is every time I reset that 8 cartridge cycle, I offload the eggs, or 4 eggs took me 200 resets. That's 200 half-hour increments of time. So 100 hours of time resetting games. About at my 100th mark, I decided what I was going to do is, instead of just resetting every single one of those cartridges, if the 4 eggs are not there, what I started doing was putting all of, like, each one of those cartridges, each time I did a save reset, I would move a Manaphy egg over from Ranger to that new cartridge, and then offload it to my Japanese copy of Gold. And then I would extract the save file and see if any of the 8 cartridges had an egg that matched for shiny, and then trade it there and hatch it. So over time, and I'm still doing this on the side, over time I will have 900 eggs to check for every single cartridge I reset, which means I should be able to find one in about 2 hours going forward. So if anybody wanted like a legit Manaphy shiny, I would be able to hatch one for them really quickly, which is pretty cool. But my time for streaming today has expired, so we're gonna go ahead and do this last encounter and end the stream for the night. Yeah, and Wiss is gonna catch some sleep. Have a great night, and we'll catch y'all later. Jirachi was the Wishmaker one from Coliseum, and that one was hellish. That one sucked so much. Yeah, Squelks came in at the end, but that's okay. We do try to do this like at least every night after 8, so we'll see if I'm able to stream tomorrow. Might not be shiny hunting, might be coding